The school called the cops because I used my inhaler in class without permission. The PACER test is a hate crime against children. I'm convinced someone invented it just to watch kids suffer. Every year it's the same thing. That robotic voice, that beep, running back and forth until your lungs give up on life. I've had asthma since I was 5. Every year I tell my gym teacher. Every year they make me do it anyway. Just do your best, they say. Cool. My best is not dying. I made it to lap 30 before my lungs decided they were done. Chest got tight, couldn't get air in. I stepped off the line, reached in my pocket, and pulled out my inhaler. Took one puff. Same thing I've done 1,000 times since kindergarten. Coach Flowers saw me and froze. Then he sprinted over like I just pulled out a knife. What is that? What did you just inhale? I looked at him. I was literally still wheezing. It's my inhaler for my asthma that I have. He grabbed it out of my hand. You can't have this here. This is unauthorized medication. It's not unauthorized. It keeps me alive. You're coming with me. He grabbed my arm and started walking me toward the exit. I looked back at my classmates. They all looked as confused as I felt. Welcome to my life, I guess. They had my inhaler sitting on a paper towel on Principal Foster's desk. A paper towel, like it was a biohazard. Coach Flowers was in the corner looking proud of himself. The school nurse was there too, which you'd think would help, but she just sat there nodding along like this made sense. This is a serious situation, Principal Foster said. You brought unauthorized medication onto school grounds. It's an inhaler. It's prescribed. I've had asthma my entire life. Do you have documentation proving this is a legal prescription? My mom filled out the medical forms in August. It should be in my file. He didn't check, just kept going. Until we verify this, we have to treat this as potential drug paraphernalia. I almost laughed. Almost. But I was too busy trying to breathe. Drug paraphernalia? It's an inhaler. It has my name on it. There's a pharmacy label. It literally says albuterol on the side. Do you know what that is? It's breathing medicine for people who can't breathe, like me. Right now. Nobody moved. We're calling your parents, he said, and the police. The police? Standard procedure for substance violations. Substance violations. I was having a substance violation with my prescription asthma medication that a doctor gave me to keep me alive. These people were really about to call the cops while I wheezed in the corner. I didn't know whether to laugh or cry. I didn't have enough air for either. My mom walked in and I almost cried. She was still in her scrubs, still had her badge clipped to her chest. She saw me first, then the inhaler on the paper towel, then Principal Foster and Coach Flowers and the nurse all sitting there like this was a serious situation. She walked straight past all of them, picked up the inhaler, and handed it to me. Breathe. I took a puff, then another. My lungs finally opened up. Ma'am, you can't just... I'm a nurse. She held up her badge. And that's a rescue inhaler, prescribed to my son for asthma, which he's had since he was 5. Do you know what albuterol is? That's literally what I asked them. Because it seems like nobody in this room does. Principal Foster tried to recover. We didn't have documentation on file. Yes, you did. She pulled out her phone. August 12th, medical authorization form, submitted online. Confirmation email right here. You want me to read it out loud, or do you know how to check your own system? The secretary typed something, looked at the screen, looked at Principal Foster. It's in the system, sir. My mom nodded. So you had the paperwork. You just didn't bother to look. She looked around the room slowly. Is this school just hiring anybody now? Do any of you have special needs I should know about? Genuine question. Because my son told you it was an inhaler, showed you the label, explained his condition, and somehow you still called the police. She turned to the nurse. And you, what school did you go to? Did you go to one at all? Because I've never seen a medical professional watch a child struggle to breathe and do absolutely nothing. Were you asleep? Are you even licensed? The nurse's face went red. She didn't say a word. One of the cops cleared his throat. Ma'am, for what it's worth, we do have actual crimes to respond to. This was not one of them. Even the cops thought this was stupid. My mom turned back to Principal Foster. You almost let my son suffocate because you couldn't be bothered to do your job. Then you wasted police resources on a prescription. I've worked in hospitals for 15 years. I've seen a lot of stupid. This is top 5. She grabbed my bag and handed it to me. Let's go. I need to call our lawyer before I say something I can't take back. We threatened to sue. They begged us not to. We sued anyway. They settled out of court. Coach Flowers got fired. Principal Foster got demoted. The nurse retired early. And the best part? I got a doctor's note that says I never have to do the PACER test again. Almost dying has its perks, I guess.